What's cracking, yo? Welcome back to Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and let's get into the topic for today. What up? Back with another Larry Bird video. Go check out our Larry Bird playlist and reaction video playlist for more content just like this. This is another video recommendation. I'm drilling through these recommendations today, a lot of which are Larry Bird. This one's by Cindy Knudsen, great subscriber, great supporter. Says, thanks for this. I like hearing your take on things. Part of what made these games exciting to watch are the caliber of the opponents. Dr. J was an opponent who was very worthy of respect and admiration for many reasons. I should have prefaced this by saying this was a comment in the video that I reacted to regarding Dr. J getting retired in the Boston Garden. All right. So Cindy continues. There's an interview that Chick Hearn, Laker commentator, did with Larry not too long after the 45-6 tussle Bird and Dr. J had. Nice interview. Chick had a number of nice ones with Bird. And here we are. Larry Bird interview with Chick Hearn, 1985. Cindy Knudsen, I appreciate the comment and thank you for the support as always. Let's get into it, folks.
After winning the World Championship, after being the MVP of the playoffs, MVP of the league, what an honor that is, MVP of the league.
It sure is. You know, after going through a tough season like you do, then at the end you start bringing in awards. It's really a great feeling because you know you accomplished something.
Yeah. Do you have a trophy case somewhere that you keep some of the things you cherish most?
Well, I got some at home and some at my grandma's house, some at my friend's house, some at my house. So I sort of just spread them out and everybody gets to see them.
Grandma's back in French Lick?
Yeah, she's back here and doing pretty good.
Did you go home this summer?
Yeah, I went back. Well, it really was a short summer. I went back for a while and played a little ball and rested up and tried to get myself prepared for this season.
What kind of ball, basketball or softball?
Basketball. My softball days are over.
Yeah.
How about your golf days and your tennis days?
Well, they're still there. I play a lot of tennis and a lot of golf, and they take up the extra time that I have in the days in the summer, and I really enjoy the sports.
Larry, it's remarkable. You just celebrated your 28th birthday last month, and coincidentally, you were the player of the month in the NBA in December, averaging 27 points a game, 52% field goals, the best ever, 90% of your free throws, getting 10 boards a game, 6 assists, or maybe 7, and also just leading the league in three-point shots percentage-wise.
Well, I worked pretty hard this summer. You know, I had a good season last year, and I want to continue that. I came in this year in pretty good shape. I lost a lot of weight, got down around 220, and came in the right frame of mind and took it from there. I got off to a good start, and from then on, it's just been all downhill.
Do you have a tendency to gain weight in the off-season?
A little bit. I put on about 15 or 20 pounds usually.
How do you take it off?
A lot of running and slow down from eating and drinking and all that wild stuff. But usually it's a fun summer, and I try to have the most fun as I possibly can. But when it's time to take all that off and get prepared for season, it's a lot of work.
Do you do any fishing?
I do quite a bit. I fish about every day in the summer at night. You know, we go out, and I got some friends that are really caught up in the sport, and it's a relaxing and very enjoyable event.
What are you catching? Bullheads? What?
Oh, we caught a lot of pike this summer and a lot of bass, and it was awful hot, so the bass wasn't moving very good. But other than that, we had a good fishing.
Do you get to do some hunting?
Not much. Deer hunting comes in right after I leave, and I used to go out and shoot a lot of deer, but anymore I don't have that much time.
Your ball club is awfully good again this year.
We're playing real well. You know, after losing Gerald last year, we thought maybe we would be hurting a little bit, but Danny stepped in, did a job. DJ's having his best year, and everybody else is playing up their potential. So once the Celtics get rolling, it's hard to beat them.
McHale tells me that you're kind of a prankster in the locker room and on the airplanes and the airports. You have a lot of fun with the guys.
Well, you got to stick together and you got to have fun because it is a long season. It's a very boring season at times when you're traveling. So you got to do things that keep everybody loose. We got a lot of guys on the team. I think McHale's probably the biggest jokester on the court and all.
Well, he is a good player.
He's a great player. Kevin does a lot of things well.
Tell us about Dennis Johnson. I know his family's probably looking in.
Well, Dennis is the key to our team. I knew last year once we picked up Dennis and seen how good he is, we knew that we was going to win a championship. But we knew there's a lot of good teams out there. But with the way Dennis plays, we needed that. We need a guy come in and hit the shot like he does, play the good defense, and do the all-around game. Dennis Johnson is definitely the best player I've ever played with in my life.
You're kidding. That is really a compliment.
Well, I haven't played with very many good ones. So.
The heck you haven't. The heck you haven't. And certainly you're the kind of player that makes the other ones better.
No, Bird. That is the bronze-sexual excuse for LeBron James when he doesn't win series, is that he's not playing with good people. Larry's funny.
That is a true compliment.
That is, but Dennis makes me better. That's why I say that, because he gets the ball to me in my spots. Tiny Archibald used to do that, but Dennis does it better than anybody I've ever played with.
Now, you are a young millionaire. You're a handsome young millionaire, and you are in the prime of life. Has your life changed a lot since all of these accolades have came your way?
Of course they do. You got to be a little bit more private. People always want to be around you, and you got to watch some of the things you do. But I'm still a type of guy who likes to go out and have fun and really don't care what people say or about me or react to me. I just try to go out and have fun and do the things I've done my whole life. And people perceive you the way they want to, and still you got to have a good time doing it. You can't change everything you do just because you make a little bit more money now or you're in the limelight. You still got to have your fun.
Right. I was pleased to see you smile at the top of our show, because once the game starts, you have a game face. You don't smile much out there. I think the best smile I've ever seen was the time that you and Julius shook hands on this very court 2 or 3 weeks ago, following the little altercation you'd had in the previous game. You really had a smile, and so did he. That was a warm meeting.
It sure was. Julius is the type of person that I respect very much. I always did respect him, but like I say, I've been in fights with my brothers all my life, and I still respect him and love them, so why not Julius?
Can you guys beat Philly?
I don't know. They're tough this year, but it's got to be us and Philly again. Last year they had down here, and we had an up year, and we're playing great, and they're playing great. So I look for us to be in the finals to see who plays the L.A. Lakers.
The way it's going right now, you're going to be MVP twice in a row, maybe the world champions twice in a row. Larry Bird, ladies and gentlemen, one of the greats of...
Dope interview, man. Larry gives... Larry is he's a really good, I guess you could say, public speaker. But he does give great interviews, doesn't stumble over his words, very clear, concise, answers with little to no hesitation, or rather no hesitation is what it seems like. I need some of those Larry Bird skills for the speaking, definitely. Bird seems like a busy man in the off season. I had no idea. Obviously, I figured he'd be playing some basketball in the off season, but he said, yeah, well, hell, when I'm not playing basketball, I'm either playing tennis and or golf. And then, hey, as the sun's going down, I'm going to go get my tackle box and my gear, meet up with my boys. We going out on the bayou, going out on the lagoon, going out in the swamp, and we're going to go catch some fish out in this lake here. No bullhead. What he said? What did he say he was catching? I can't remember. He didn't say catfish. Say pike? I can't remember. But, hey, they was out there fishing. And I'm like, man, Larry, you got a jam-packed schedule. And, throwing down those beers with your buddies. He said, bro, I got to lose the weight. But kudos to Larry. Unlike people like Shaq, I got to get in shape before the season starts. Not start getting in shape after the season starts. Got to take care of your body. But somebody has winning a championship overall is going to make sure that they are, their mind, body, and spirit is ready at the beginning of the season. Extremely humble guy. I also like the tidbit about him and Julius right after, a bit of a scuffle or whatever. You can, at the end of the day, it's just competitiveness, and it's not personal. Don't take it personal. It's nothing personal. It's just the heat of the moment type of thing. But I'll see you after the game. I still all love. You're a great competitor. I'm a great competitor. You push me, I push you. Dap it up, smiles. I'll see you next game, brother. Or catch you on a golf course, whatever it may be. Nowadays, you don't see too much of that anymore, right? Though after the scuffle, it's pretty much done. If we were friends, we probably ain't friends no more. If there is some mending of the fences, it isn't that soon, right? Isn't that soon? Like after the buzzer sounds, after you got the locker room kind of thing. It's more, they gets to talking on Twitter, back and forth on Twitter, and may or may not mend the fence through Twitter, through text messages type of thing. It's a different society today, different atmosphere. But yeah, Dr. J, definitely one of the greats. Great rivalry during their time, and enjoy watching these Larry Bird interviews and sit downs because he's very insightful, and even when it comes to life in general, I feel like he gives good life advice, golden rule kind of statements and tidbits he'll throw your way, make you chew on it, think on it, digest it a bit, Anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Cindy, once again, thank you for the recommendation. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and I'll catch you on the next one. We out, baby.